Hi guys, welcome to AutoTalk tutorial. This is Mohammed. So this tutorial is about cloning a Linux virtual machine. So I have already created a virtual machine with name VRAC host X1 in my previous video, and this machine name is VRAC host X2. This is the name of the clone machine which I am going to create today. So please watch my previous video. So first I'll log into my host VRAC host X1 and set a password for Oracle user. So PASSWD, and the username is the method to set the password for any user. So passwd Oracle and set the password, and then we install the required packages like 11GR2 pre-install package. So this will configure all the required parameters like kernel parameters and do all the required settings in the kernel parameters. We need not to do it manually. So once we install it, it will configure all the kernel parameters for required for Oracle 11G installation on Linux machine. So this is Oracle Enterprise Linux 6.3 operating system and 64-bit machine. So all the packages I am downloading by using yum utility, and which does the installation online. Download the package from the internet and install it. So press Y to confirm the installation. It's downloading the package now, and install. And these are the packages which we need to install manually. So I have created a file name packages.sh and put all this package name over there, so that I can run it in the background, and all the packages, like it's around I think 17 to 18 packages that we need to install for Oracle 11G database software. So just create a packages.sh and run in the background, no hop, and the file name and the ampersand, then hit enter. It will run in the background. And if you want to see the log and the process of installation of packages, then go to the directory where you have created this file, the ksh file, and you'll find nohub.out file. So you can tail it and see what it's doing in the background. Okay, so it will take some time to complete the installation. So actually the yum utility tries different servers to, if it does not get the package on one server, then it tries to download it from other server. So that's why it shows the message like trying other mirror. Okay, so the installation is over. We see like it says done, nohub ksh package.ksh is done. So I'll switch to Oracle user, and then we can also verify the packages which we have installed by rpm-qa and pipe grep, and then type the package name and star it to show you whether this package has been installed or not. So as we can see, like this package is installed, so it's showing the output from rpm-qa command. And like again in etc host, I have already updated the second node, the node 2 IP address, the public virtual, the private IP address, so that when we create or clone this machine, we need not to update the etc host file again. And once we create it, we can try the ping utility to check the IP address is pinging or not. So we also need to do modification in etc security limit.d -90-unproc.conf file. So this is about limiting the user sessions. So just star -unproc and then give the number of processes. Okay, comment the line which is already available in the file and put this one star -unproc and the number which is there, 16384 is the number. That's the maximum number of user sessions on this node. And we have already done this part, like SE Linux config file, we have disabled it. So we disable this because it will not enforce the policies while downloading any package. So we have already done it in vRAC host x1, and we need to turn off the firewall. So service IP tables stop is the command to turn off the firewall, and chk config ensure that firewall will be turned off even if we reboot the machine. So check config IP tables off. Then we have started the network time protocol daemon service earlier, so it's running, and we have also put the -x. So we need to create a directory structure for grid infrastructure and for RDBMS software installation. So mkdir -p, so creating under ASM01 and U01 to install the 11G software and the grid software, and changing the owner of this this directory by chown-r capital R, and first the username, then colon group name, and then give the mount point name. So -r will work recursively, like it will apply to the entire directory within the mount point. So it applies to the app oracle product 11.204 db_1 to all. We need not to change the owner of the directory one by one, and we also need to change the permission by chmod -r 775 to ASM01 and to U01 also. Again, it applies to all the underlying directories. So bash profile is the hidden profile. It's a dot file. So by ls-lrta we get this bash profile. So we do the environment settings over here. So we need to log in. If you are doing it for Oracle user, switch to Oracle, then under home Oracle you will find this bash profile. So we need to do some settings, like whenever we switch to this user, the path will already be set to this to these values, like Oracle host name, Oracle unique name, like you can put the database name over here, the database which we will create later. ERPPR is the database name, and Oracle base, Oracle SID, because it would be a rack instance, so I have put ERPR1, and on VRAC host X2 after cloning we will change it to ERPR2. This would be the second instance of the database. So we are doing this environment settings for Oracle, and now for Aura ASM. So this Aura ASM user will own grid infrastructure binaries or the software. So we are setting the password PSSWD, then keep Aura ASM and set the password for this user. And once we log in to Aura ASM, go to home Aura ASM and ls-lrta bash per file, and append the file with these values and variables. So again, Oracle based is ASM01 app Oracle, home SID is plus ASM1, and after cloning we will change it to plus ASM2. So we have done the environment setting. Oh, we need to check the spelling. Okay, shutdown -R now will restart the machine, because we have done several changes, so we need to reboot the machine. And we need to copy this file, like from command prompt of your Windows host machine. You can go to command prompt and go to the location where this VDI file is created, VRAC host x1, and copy this VDI file to another directory, like in E drive, virtual machine, VRAC host x2, and then copy this VRAC host x1.vdi. So this command we use to copy this VDI file, and from this copied VDI file we will create the second node. And if you don't want to use a command prompt, then you can click the right mouse button and copy, and then paste it at the location where you want to keep this. So it's not mandatory to use a different drive to create the VRAC host x2.vdi file. You can use the same drive also. You need to create a separate folder. That's one. Then we again go to new in VirtualBox, then type the name as VRAC host x2 and Linux machine. This would be a 64-bit machine. Again 4 GB of memory, and this time we need to click use an existing virtual hard disk file. Okay, so we need to select the VRAC host x2. So when we select this file for the for our next machine, it shows you the error message, like the ID of this file is different. Like we need to change the ID of this VDI file, VRAC host x2.vdi. So we go to command prompt and we will use the command vboxmanage.exe, the internal commands of one word, Then set HDUUID and give the path of the VRAC host x2.vdi file. Okay, we need to use all lowercase. So once we hit enter, it will create a new ID for this VDI file. We need to change this ID UUID because this ID has already been used in the first virtual machine, so it cannot be reused. So that's why we are changing it. Then we click on create, and after creating we need to do some configuration settings for this virtual machine. In system, again uncheck floppy and arrange the devices in order to boot. And again we are taking only one processor, and here we need to change the storage. Like we need to select VRAC host x2.vdi file, and again we need to create 3 adapters, adapter 1, 2 and 3. The first is again bridged adapter, second is internal network for public IP, and third is again internal network for private IP. You can type in the name here. Okay, so no more changes. Okay, as soon as we complete this configuration, we need to click on start, and it will start the virtual machine. So after starting the virtual machine, we need to do certain changes, like we need to change the host name, because in this machine the host name is still VRAC host x1. We need to make it VRAC host x2, and since the adapter we need to change the MAC address also of all the 3 adapters, because the adapter information is coming from the VRAC host x1, so we need to change as per the second node. So I'll show you how to change and which configuration file we need to append for changing this host name and the adapter's MAC address. Okay, so we go to the right click and open the terminal. So first we need to capture the existing MAC address. So if config -a pipe grep -i eth, and do you see the name of the interfaces ETH3, 4 and 5. So open Notepad and copy this information. We're closing this because not Notepad. Open the Notepad. Okay, so copy this and save it on the desktop. Okay, then we go to etc sysconfig and we open network file. So in hostname, replace 1 with 2. So this would be your hostname, VRAC host x2.local domain, and gateway would be same. And for making changes in the MAC address for the interfaces or for adapters, go to etc again etc sysconfig and network-scripts, then open, then check the ETH files. So we need to open ifcfg-eth0. This is your bridged adapter. And delete UUID line. Remove it. And then change the IP address, because 50 is the IP address of VRAC host x1. So make it 51. Gateway would be same. And here we need to change the MAC address. So we need to remove this MAC address and paste what we have copied on the notepad for ETH3. Okay, now save the file. And we do the same for other two adapters. Change the IP address to 56. This is your public IP address for second node. And the MAC address. And for the third adapter, type 2. Okay, so we have done the changes, so we need to reboot the machine after this. So you can type init 0 command to shut down the machine, and we need to do this shutdown 2 times. And I'm also updating my blog with all this material, like the package name and where what files we need to append. Okay, so you can find the same information with the screenshot in my blog. I'll provide you the link of my blog in the description. You can visit over there and check the same information there. So login to root. So we need to verify if config command, and if you check like the adapter name ETH345 is still same, it is not changed, but IP addresses have been changed. So to change, we need to change the interface name or the adapter name to ETH0, 1 and 2. Shut down your machine and restart it. So once again we can validate the IP addresses under etc host file. And then shut down the machine. Okay, so you can see the host name over here on the login screen, VRAC host x2. So it has changed, and go to command prompt and type the command if config. Okay, so adapter names have been changed to ETH0, ETH1, ETH2. So now we are good. So your cloning is completed after this. So you have a new virtual machine ready for installing grid infrastructure and RDBMS softwares for Oracle 11G and for 12c as well. So as I said in my previous video, like we can access this host machine from remotely from our Windows machine by using PuTTY software. So we just need to type in the IP address and access it. And you can also try bring up your VRAC host x1 machine and try to ping the IP address of VRAC host x1 from second node and check whether it's pinging or not. It should ping. Then, as I said earlier, like we need to go to the bash profile and make the changes in the Oracle host name, VRAC host x2, and the database name or the instance name, like 2. Then we log into Aura ASM and make the changes in the bash profile. So VRAC host x2 again and ASM2. Save your changes. So all done. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Thanks. Have a good day. Bye.